So with you mentioning the critiques that you were doing, do you find something that comes up a lot that you consider like a mistake, or something that you find could be an area of improvement in songs that you hear in a situation like that, like a common one?
I mean, the two biggest ones that always pop up. I mean, it's always the production. The production is I haven't heard many productions that I thought were good enough to be, ready for market. I've heard maybe a handful, and I do these song reviews every single week, and I get like 6 or 7 songs every week, and I've been doing them. I mean, I'm on episode 70 right now, and I think in total I've heard maybe 5 productions that were ready. So that's certainly a point of improvement, even for the demos, and that's something I kind of hammer on about. I think even your demos should sound good, because I hear a lot of people who treat it as a demo, who say like, oh, this is just for demo, so yeah, this will all be different in the end, and how this is just a shitty drum sample I found somewhere, and they don't spend time with their demo, and then they find a producer, and basically what they're doing is they're carrying this huge bag of problems to the producer and saying like, hey, look, I wrote something which has tons of problems. This sample totally doesn't work, and this part here doesn't work. Go fix it. And that really never works. So the better your production is, if you carry it to a producer, the easier time they'll have fixing the small problems that are left, and they can really focus on making it great. So that's the one big issue. And the other really is lyrical storytelling, is consistently structuring your song so it's easy to digest. And easy to digest doesn't mean easy listening. You can write a heavy metal song that uses the addiction formula. But I think it's so important, because a lot of these songs I just find really confusing. It's really hard to get into them. It's like you're coming into a mall and there's no sign that says you are here with a big arrow. It's really important to have that. You need someone to take you by the hand and lead you from, verse to chorus to verse to chorus. And I have to know exactly when each of those moments starts.
Yeah.
To be able to enjoy those different sections.
Yeah, I like the way you talk about that too, because I think a lot of times, I mean, we talk about song structure as this important thing, and it happens the same way in so many songs. It's like easy enough to follow, but you're sort of taking it to that next step and saying there are certain elements that need to be happening in each section to let you know that it is that section. Otherwise, you can be calling something a verse and calling something a chorus, but nobody else really knows that. If the melody's the same, the chords are the same, and the energy's just basically the same from one section to the next, well, who would really know except for you?
Exactly. And what a lot of people do, that's exactly it. A lot of people understand that there needs to be variety, and they'll change things for their chorus. So they'll have a verse that is a bass, guitar, and drums, and then they'll have a chorus, or so they think, that everyone is kind of playing the same thing. It's just that the bass now plays different chords, and the piano is just playing, maybe different voicings or something like that. But what's not happening is, what's far more important is that the energy is changing. You can have a song that has, 4 chords going through the entire thing, as we can see in pop music quite frequently. And the way that works is through the arrangement, through setting those clear energy peaks. And that's often done through production as well. So, for example, say Katy Perry's E.T., for example, right? Uses the same melody in the verses as it uses in the chorus. It's exactly the same melody. I'm not even sure if it's an octave higher. I don't think it is. So the difference is, it's the same chords, it's the same melody. The only difference is her performance. She's pushing a lot more. It's definitely more belted than in the verses. I think the verses she's singing it in head voice, and in the chorus she's belting it. So that's certainly a big difference. And the production, like what instruments are playing. I think there's a bass coming in the chorus, or some new synths for sure. And that is what makes that song. The chorus comes in really hard because of the production, because of the arrangement. And it's clearly setting an energy peak without changing much about the actual songwriting. If you were to play it just on piano, you wouldn't hear that. It wouldn't actually work. The production is necessary for the song to work. I have the book, The Addiction Formula, which is a place to start, because it's very simple. It doesn't require much music theory, and it's a really strong foundation for writing songs. It really helps to finish songs, I think. So that's a really good place to start. And also, what I think is really cool is my Patreon page, patreon.com/holistic songwriting, all one word, where, again, as I said, every week I do a live stream, and there's I think 3 different tiers or 4 different tiers. There's one where you can just ask questions and I answer them every single week. There's one where you can submit songs for feedback. And there's also a way to get Skype sessions with me every 3 months, actually.
Cool, and I'll put links for that stuff below the video. All right, so I hope you found that information useful. If you'd like to learn more, you can download our chord and melody writing cheat sheet by tapping here on the screen. It's got charts and tips that will make writing your next song a little bit easier for you. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel to stay updated on our latest songwriting videos, you can tap our logo on the screen for that. And I'll also have links for that stuff below this video. So thanks a lot for checking this out. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.